Man, this is lifestyles of the poor and unfucking fortunate. But I tell you what, bitch, we got.
Then somebody just said, "Damn, you talking about big girl or something? You out of breath whenever." I'm like, I just went up fucking 5 flights in this bitch.
Yeah, there's a lot of stairs. Man.
What they said, they was arguing over the bed. I was like, man, I'll stay in the fucking bunk bed. It's on the first fucking floor. Fuck.
Yeah, man. Well, we appreciate you sitting down with us, dude.
Nah, dude, you're doing really well with it.
I appreciate it.
Fuck, your subscribers and everything are going crazy, ain't they?
Yeah, they're starting to jump, man. It's really starting to pick up steam with the interviews and the subscribers.
15,000 since April.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
We doubled our subscriber base in 6 months.
Yeah.
You know, between the interviews and the podcast is doing real well. Especially the one we just did with Jelly, it's doing well. So we're just keeping that consistency going.
That's really what it is, dude.
Yeah.
It's I see so many artists, and I used to be one myself. Like, I can't put it out till I got a whole album done.
Yeah.
And it's like we just live in a different time. You just got to drop shit, because people forget about you.
Yeah.
And it's like the last 2 years, it's one thing I've watched the biggest increase in my career ever since I switched straight to just embracing country rap, and I also stay consistent. I don't feel like anybody's dropping more content than I am as far as videos or songs. I feel like I drop at least one a month. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. You got one. Well, as we're filming this, you got one dropping tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I already got video shot for my next project. I got lyric videos already created for my next shit. I feel like I'm starting to see how it's so funny, bro. I fucking have done music for 10 years. I've done some cool shit, and you know, I've done. I was more urban, but I've always done country rap too. Like, but I was one of them artists. I could never identify a fan base. I wanted to do fucking fist pumping songs, then I turn around and do a thug song, then I turn around and do a sex song, and it was like I'd have EDM in one record, but then I'd have one sounding country rap. So I'll never forget. I just got in trouble. It was when I caught my fucking weed case. I was going through a dark time of my life, weeding people out, and I was just looking at my life, and I'm like looking at all the last few years of my life, how crazy it was, and the shit I was doing. And I'm like, that ain't even who I am no more. So I remember looking at my fucking streams, and the biggest streams I'd done were on songs that all had country music influence, and it was like almost like all my other songs had no fucking traction. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a whole fucking album like this, and I'm gonna not cuss in it. And I would never fucking forget I did that shit. And as soon as I started doing the music, anybody heard it was like, holy shit, bro! Like, this is like the best music you've made. And so I went to Average Joe's with it. I went to the Sony reps because I had a distribution deal with Sony at the time. And then I'll fucking never forget my first experience with the Lax at the Lack Fest. I show up like a fucking pretty boy, you know. I'm like, it's just a concert. I didn't even never know what the fuck a mud bog was, bro. I'm like, I show up, these motherfuckers are riding four-wheelers, fucking Skechers and fucking tank tops, mud all over them, and like fucking $1,000 boots and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I was not prepared for this. I had to go to Walmart and buy fucking clothes. And I just remember seeing all them people and how supportive they was, and they was just so friendly to me. I was like, I want to be a fucking part of this shit. So that's how I start fucking with the Lax, and then we dropped it Like That song, and it fucking took off. No money behind it, and I come from, like I said, doing urban, to where I'd put videos out and I would spend thousands of dollars on promotion, and it would get nothing. I would get something, but it would be nothing. Now I'm like, dropping everything I drop now is just organic. Whatever it does, and it's just crazy, but it's an awesome thing for real.
When did you, so like growing up, like, are you from, first of all, let's just do this, that was dope. I'm keeping all that you just did, but Chat Arms TV, we're here with the dog Dusty Leigh.
What up?
And we're gonna sit down and, if you don't know who he is, you're gonna find out.
Hat.
And
I take pride.
For sure, absolutely.
I take pride in being the best looking country rapper. Which is not hard.
So we're gonna be sitting down with him. We're gonna kind of give you a behind the scenes on how he got into music, and I got your stuff pulled up on Apple Music. We'll kind of just go through stuff, and you can tell stories, whatever you want to do. So, are you from Kentucky originally?
Louisville, Kentucky, born and raised.
Okay. About what time do you think that you got into music? Did you start singing?
I've been doing music, writing music since I was 8 years old. It started off writing funny songs. I have literally yearbooks to where my 3rd and 4th grade teacher were like, come back and see me when you're a famous rapper and stuff like that. I remember when Eminem came out, I thought it was the craziest thing on the planet. Yeah. And then about the same time, Haystack started blowing up. Yeah. So 2000? Yeah, so even a little bit maybe before that, but you know, it wasn't because I was 9. You're right. Yeah. So yeah, like I thought, hey, I was the biggest Haystack fan, and Bubba's dropping.
Yep.
So Bubba Sparks, Eminem, and Haystack, I was like the biggest thing to me. I was just a kid. I'm like, these dudes are white and they fucking are awesome, you know. And I was the hugest fan of them. And I just remember I was like, I want to be like them. And I just always wrote songs, and I always made music. And I didn't record into a professional studio until I was about 15. And I did it, and I actually had a good little fan base growing in Louisville when I was a kid until I was about 17. Then I kind of got into other things like hustling and focused more on that. And I started taking it serious again when I was 21.
What time frame is this? Like 2011, 2012?
Yeah,
Okay.
yep. And so I'll never forget, I'd been doing music in my basement. But when I started doing it again, from when I was a kid to when I did it now, my voice had changed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man? I don't like the way I sound. I can't do it. Yeah. And I came from a time, you know how it is when you're a local artist and nobody who knows you are. Your friends will tell you how dope you are, and that's the problem with music. Yeah. Your friends will tell you you're fucking dope when you're not dope. Yeah. Your family tell you the best fucking rapper alive, you know. And I was like, and I thought that was what my friends were doing to me, and I was like, I like it. But then I was also listening to other local artists, and I'm like, this fucking is terrible, you know. So I remember fucking me and the mother of my child broke up, and I ended up getting sole custody of my daughter. And I didn't go to bars or anything. The first fucking song I'm gonna feature on gets sponsored by Grey Goose, and it was when World Star Hip Hop was like fucking huge.
Which song was it?
It's called Big Cups of Goose.
Okay.
And I remember I was such a non-drinker. I didn't know vodka and fucking Grey Goose were the same thing.
Right.
I thought vodka was a drink, Grey Goose is a drink. I didn't fucking know it was all the same shit. That's how much I didn't drink at the time. So I fucking did a feature, and I was like, Goose.
Somebody asked you to get on it.
Yeah. And then it was on, Grey Goose sponsored it. They put it on World Star, all this. And this is back when World Star was a big deal. And I remember they put it on there. I didn't have a good rap name. So I was just like, you got to have a name. We got to put something on. I was like, fucking Dusty Leigh. My real name's Dustin Leigh.
Right.
So I was like, fuck, that's what it is, I guess. And I'll never forget, after that shit dropped, it fucking did millions of views, like on World Star. And like I said, it was such a big thing. And there had not been no white dudes from Louisville on World Star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and it was a really dope song. So I remember going into bars and shit. I just went through that breakup with the mother of my child. And motherfuckers were like, Dusty Leigh, Big Cups of Goose. And I didn't drink at all. I'd be in that bitch like 20 minutes and be fucking blackout drunk.
You were just on the song because some of your boys asked you to get
Yeah.
on it.
And I pushed that bitch like it was mine, and everybody ended up thinking it was my song, but it wasn't mine. And then I was like, hold on, let me do another song. And I remember watching local artists be like, thank y'all, we got 300 views this month. Thanks for all the support. My next song I put it on YouTube, was Jet Plane. Shit did like 20,000 views in like a fucking week or something crazy. And I'm like, oh fuck. So
just from the World Star.
Yeah, and I was like, well, hold on, I'm a little different than these dudes. Maybe my shit is good. And I just kept going with it. And I dropped my first mixtape. It was Quitting My Day Job, Volume 1. And it's actually, for some reason, I dropped it to TuneCore. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it's because I used so many samples and shit that they took it down or what.
So you re-uploaded it.
I need to re-upload it, yes.
Okay.
But you can't.
So No Day Job, was that?
That was my first album.
Okay, gotcha.
But Quitting My Day Job was my first mixtape, and dude, I did that, and I went on tour, and I never had a manager or anything, so I went on tour with that. I toured with MGK, Jeezy, Ritz, Haystack. My first tour was Haystack, and ironically, what's crazy is my first show I ever did was with Jelly.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it was fucking hilarious. We're at fucking Alley Cats, was the place. Straight hood ass place, and this is back, I think 8-9 years ago at least. Mm-hmm. So Jelly wasn't huge at all, you know, and
no, that was when we were still was just grinding still.
Yeah, so he was in Louisville, was at Alley Cats. I sold all the tickets to, it was like my first show ever, so my family, everybody's, you know how it is.
Yeah,
and I remember right after I got off stage, some motherfucker started shooting, and then fucking whole place went crazy. Jelly comes back in. He's like, hey, make some noise. Them dudes are fucking dope. And then the show resumed. I was like, this shit is crazy. So
that was your first, Quitting My Day Job was your first mixtape. And the No Day Job in 2015 was your first album.
First album. And as you see, if you went through my first mixtape, even my first album, if you run through that album, there's going to be some shit that sounds like Sum 41. Then there's gonna sound some shit that where I'm fucking trying to sound like Lil Boosie. Like, it was just, I love music.
Yeah.
I love music. So it's like, if I had an idea, I wrote that song and I did it. And I never just identified with any, like, one type of fan because I just love music so much. And it didn't click into me literally till a few years ago to like, hey, pick one. What these people like, this is what they identify with you. So go with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's been the hardest struggle for me, and I think it is for most artists too. Is like being an artist and writing music. You want to kind of do what you want to do, but we don't pick what's hot.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. The first time I had heard it was a song that you did with Alex King and Jelly. It was a music video.
Yeah.
Song.
Karma's a bitch.
Yeah. That's the first time I had heard of your name. I think I heard you on some Bubba stuff.
Yeah.
You and Bubba did some stuff. But then I saw that video and I was like, oh, this shit's dope. And that's when I started to like follow. And then I started, of course, seeing you working with Bravo real close. You know, that's the homie. And I've just been seeing you just.
Yeah, it's been crazy,
since
bro.
then.
It's been crazy. COVID was actually a great year for me because I was like, I did actually a interview at Nashville Yoko on the radio station, and the dude was like, bro, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Here I see 40 bitches in a hot tub and you acting like we're not in a pandemic. I was like, it can't stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to fucking stop. Fuck this fucking COVID shit. I didn't care. I think I shot 15 videos last year.
Yeah, I've been noticing your music video grind is another level, and they're really well done videos.
Yeah.
Does Ghost do all your stuff still? Or?
No, Ghost just recently did it because my videographer is super busy. He
Okay.
does a lot of weddings, and it's like, and it's one of my best friends, and it's kind of like hard to go ask him to do a wedding. I mean, do a video when he's fucking getting $8,000 a wedding. You know?
Right, no, I totally get
So
it.
I'm like, Ghost has been doing it and it's getting to a point where I'm so busy that if I'm in a city completely different, I need somebody who can travel to me, and I'm really good with resources and networking with people. So
Yeah.
I can pretty much shoot a fucking video
You're good at
anywhere.
storyboarding
Yeah.
too, bro. I
Well,
noticed that.
this is one thing that gets on my nerves too. Is every fucking body who shoots my videos, 9 times out of 10, I come up with the fucking ideas, the direction, the resources, and then it's like motherfuckers like directed by, and I'm like, I really need to change that to where it's like, no, it really was directed by me. They just shot it.
Shot it.
Yeah, I'm like, you look at any of my videos, Dukes, No Fucks.
The one with you and Smo was dope when y'all were like.
Yes. So
like,
what it usually happen is I come up with the idea and then I run it by the videographer, and then we'll develop it from there. But it's like I start with the fucking ideas because I fucking find humor. I'm a very funny person, and I fucking, to be happy, I do dark humor when I'm sad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so humor is a very big part of my life. So every video I do, I want there to be some kind of skit in it that people will laugh or they're like, oh shit, this is hilarious. So I definitely feel like I've done really good with production and ideals, you know?
Right. When did you say? I know you started off with a bang with the Grey Goose record. That was a feature record. Did you see like instant like progress, or were you kind of treading through the mud for a little bit until you started seeing?
No, man. It was just weird because I look at it and there were so many different things in my career that did well, but it wasn't really. It was all doing well at once because I had no guidance. I had no managers. I remember I did T-shirts. I put these T-shirts out that said I make Dusty look clean. I did like 5,000 T-shirts in a year for a local artist. That's fucking insane.
That's crazy.
And I was like, I'm talking about. I had everybody in the city wearing these motherfuckers, taking pictures with them. I remember Kevin Ware broke his fucking leg in the national championship game. The next day he had one of my T-shirts on. It was like, shout out to Dusty Leigh. And I'm like, I was like, oh shit! Like anybody in the city was fucking with me on like that level. And
that was such a horrible break.
oh, bro, it was terrible.
Yeah.
I think that was what won them the fucking championship. We can't fucking lose now. I'm gonna fucking snap his leg.
Yeah. And then you dropped, of course, 2017. You dropped "Quitting My Day Job" Volume 2.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any singles on there that stood out? That had to get. In
That's risky business, right?
Yeah,
Where I'm in my underwear. Yeah. See, another thing about my albums, I try to theme them all off of movies or characters.
Yeah, that's what I think is dope too. Because I love movies.
So like, I'm in, actually, it's funny you said, because I'm like, I'm actually wanting to do a video now because I done created Dust Diggler, I done created Kentuckiana Jones, I done created the risky business version of me. I got the no day job version where I look like a fucking casual worker. I thought about shooting a video where I'm all these personalities in one.
Yeah.
Where like they're all sitting at a table or something. I thought this shit would be tight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because I was going through listening. I've listened to your newer stuff multiple times, but I was going back and listening to the older catalog, trying to just kind of keep up with stuff. And I really could see, like, in that album, 2017, it was not a complete different sound, but it was a lot different than the
Yeah, 100%.
first.
You know, it's crazy. Like I said, I had no management. When I did my first mixtape, I didn't drop another fucking CD, I think, for 2 or 3 years. And as an artist, that's terrible.
Yeah.
But I was torn the whole time.
Yeah.
So like,
Do I do this? Do I do this?
yeah, and I just didn't think. I was like, I'll just keep pushing this. And my thing is, dude, I had it so down. That's what kills me about artists. They're just so not willing to invest in themselves. Dude, I used to fucking print up. I'm not joking. 10,000, 20,000 CDs at a time. I'd get the fucking sleeves made. I'd get the plastic covers. They'd have to bring me my CDs on a fucking freight.
Yep.
And I would go to any concert, any festival, anything I thought these motherfuckers might listen. And at first I started off with like doing shit, just big gatherings. And I'm like, I'd watch all these motherfuckers from the country throw this shit on the ground, you know? But then I got it to where, hold on. Some of these fans might like it. I'll go outside these motherfuckers' shows. And I traveled tours sometimes just literally following the fucking, like outside, hitting the people outside the show. And I would travel tours like that. And
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like now, bro, because you're younger than me, but you're still like at a point in the game where you had to do that kind of the grind.
Yeah.
Now that's not a thing. You
Yeah, they'll never know.
They'll
never know.
Bro. It's not. It takes a different kind of a hustler to be able to.
Yeah, like
dedicate yourself
it's
to
very
that, man.
for artists like us. It's definitely different when you know that I put in all the footwork. I've invested. I'm talking about in 10 years. I've invested a few $100,000 easily that I know of. That I'm talking about. I can say it in a few purchases, and I'm like that I put into myself. And to then watch somebody do a fucking TikTok with nothing and blow the fuck up, and then they got the biggest song in the world, and you're like, what the fuck? What's that?
Yeah.
They didn't even work hard.
It's just kind of a fluke thing, man. That's what we. But the good thing is, like, especially you know how to do both sides of it, to where you're being able to take the hustle you was doing in the physical era, because you was towards the end of that era, like
100%.
And so now you've been able to just take that into the digital era, and it's doing well too.
Yeah, well, dude, they'll even tell you it's hilarious. In my fucking garage, still, I have about 10,000 free fucking copies of No Day Job. So I give them out to everybody on tour. I'm like, and I hate doing it because my music has evolved so much and it's completely different. I was fucking 22, 23 years old. I'm 30 now, so I was a different person, different artist, you know. So I hate giving it to them, but it's like, what the fuck do I do with 10,000 CDs? It's at least, it's at least a fucking business card, you know, like.
Yeah, and a lot of things too. I've noticed too. Stuff that you like, your older stuff, you're not gonna like it near as much as the stuff you do now. But fans sometimes they
Go
don't
back,
hear
yeah.
it that way.
No,
You know
but
what I mean?
don't.
You hear it, and you're like, that's the way I hear my own stuff. But you might as
When
well
they
just
discover
give it-
you, they go
Yeah.
through it.
They
They
go
do
through
go
it.
through the cat. What sucks to me though is when like you have favorite songs, but it doesn't translate to the where you think it's gonna go.
Yep.
I'm like, there's songs that I love that don't do shit, and I'm like, I thought it was gonna be the biggest fucking song ever.
Yep. And then you'll have some that you liked, and then they hit completely different, and people just take them and run with them.
Oh yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to learn that. But what I'm learning now, and this is what Demon explains to me. Demon's been a very big influence on my success in the last couple of years. He's like, bro, it's a fucking wall you're building, and no matter what you do, some bricks may be bigger than the others, and some bricks may be a fucking size of a rock. But at all, no matter what, they're bricks, and you're building this wall. So you just keep going, you keep building. It doesn't fucking matter if one don't stick. You just fucking keep going, and that's what I'm doing. It's like I'm just gonna keep dropping music. I literally have my whole next CD already ready. It comes November. Demon just texted me. It's like November 26th or something like that. The Colonel 2 drops.
Like Black Friday.
Yeah. So
Yep.
yeah. Damn, that is Black Friday.
Yeah, that's dope, man. And that's what Demon told you, and shout out to Demon. I look forward to working with him too. What he told you is very similar to what Jelly just told me in Squints on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just be consistent. He said just keep doing stuff. Don't even look at metrics. Just keep doing stuff. Make sure people know it's there, but just
Yeah,
keep
dude.
being consistent.
I tell people all the same time. I'm like, it's so funny because I've seen like fans of Jelly get mad. Like, you ain't the same Jelly. It's like Jelly's a fucking grown ass man now.
Right.
Like he's not Jelly when he was 25. He's not Jelly when he was 30. Yeah. Of course he is a different person. His life, he's going through different things than he was when he was 25. Like I'm sure Jelly went through some rough shit when he was 25, and that influenced his shit with crack houses and trap houses, and people don't understand it as artists. Like we find inspiration. You know, it's like I'm not one of them people. Brandon Hart, for example. This motherfucker literally can sit in a fucking studio and never do nothing fun. Sit there, stand in front of a fucking computer, produce the fucking record, write a whole elaborate song about some amazing shit, some beautiful fucking lyrics, and never leave the fucking, not even left the house all year. Me, I'm like, I gotta go fucking hit Broadway. I need to see these fucking old bitches' titties. Like, I need to see some wild shit. Like, I need to see some fucking saggy fucking pancake titties or something, like, so I can write a song about it. Like, I'm just one of those people. I gotta experience it, you know?
And y'all done some good records too.
Man, he is so talented, dude. He's such a fucking talented individual. Like, he produces, writes,
Does
sings.
he do a lot of your production?
No, he did on Honky Tonk.
Okay.
He did on Honky Tonk. We actually, what's crazy, every song you hear that he's come out since Honky Tonk, he's had another couple I've dropped. We did about 20 records in about 7 days.
Oh wow.
So the honky tonk was just 6 I picked, and we was gonna do it in the honky tonk too, but then I was like, nah, I need to keep doing solo shit.
Yeah.
So now I've been using them. All these songs are old songs we did in about a 7-day fucking.
Oh wow, that's dope though.
Yeah.
And then so going back to the volume 2 that you drive, the Risky Business one, how did the one with you and Stack, like that joint project, how did that come?
Stack has always been it's crazy. My relationship with Stack, you know, people have said a lot of things about Stack, but I feel like people never really give him his credit where it's due. Like they can say whatever they want, but if it wasn't for Haystack, there wouldn't be a lot of us, and there wouldn't be like he literally was the inspiration behind everything, you know. And Haystack's always been good to me. He's always been really good to me. We've always had a great relationship. So he always hit me, D Leigh, dog, what you doing, man? I'm gonna come up here. Fuck, I'm trying to fucks me up, fucking his voice up. So we did. I was like, said, hold on, I'll do this, man. He's like, fuck, I need some work. So I said, look, I'll give you such and such. You can come over, what you do? I'll take care of you while you come up here.
Yeah.
And we did. We knocked that motherfucker out in 2 days. He literally freestyled every fucking verse. He's also the hardest person to work with in a studio.
Yeah.
Because he will literally he's the only artist I've ever seen that will be like, all right, go. He'll rap, stop, punch me in right here, delete this. He'll confuse the fuck out of you. I felt so bad for the engineer. But he freestyled the whole fucking shit every fucking time. I was like, oh shit. So it was impressive that it came out as cool as it did.
Yeah. And then this is when I guess it was 2018 when I was talking about when I first heard about, because that was the one with the song with Alex and Jelly.
No,
Bougie
with that one, Bougie. Oh, yes.
Yeah. Bougie Nights.
That inspiration from that, what was fucking crazy, is I'd hustled, you know, my whole life, but I hit a different pinnacle when I was done. I was fucking 250 pounds a week of weed, you know, like I was really killing it.
Yeah.
So the shit that I attracted in my life was different. Next thing I know, I'm fucking hanging with Bubba Sparks, but then we go somewhere and then I fucking done linked up with some porn stars, and now I'm in porn studios hanging out. So I themed my whole next fucking album off of Boogie Nights.
Which goes back to you needing to have life experience to make
Yes,
make
100%. So like, I don't know if you've seen Rockstar or anything. I shot that. It was an old song. It was on No Day Job. It's a fucking dope ass song, but it was such a different time. Man, I had Kelsey Monroe, the huge porn star.
Yeah.
Fuck around with her, been friends. She comes to the porn studio one day and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Fucking just here, such and such." She's like, "You want to work? You want to fuck me on camera?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not at that point in my career. Like, that's when you go down, you know." And I was like, I said, I'll watch, I'll fucking film you fucking somebody. She's like, "For real?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got the best angles." So, so listen, my fucking dude that owns the porn studio, he's like, "Yo, what if we fucking do it to your song? You do that as B-roll, shoot a music video."
Oh, wow.
And fucking, yeah, so this is what we did. So you can get on any porn site right now and look up Dusty Leigh and Kelsey Monroe. I'm filming her sucking some dude's dick. Like, and I'm just like rapping the whole time. In the background, her booty's like, I'm pussy hanging out. I'm like, It's the wildest shit ever. Dude, I tell people like this. It was so interesting. My homie was a fucking diehard Kelsey Monroe. Like, she's a huge fucking, she's the one that won Tory Lanez shit the other day. Mm-hmm. She's a huge porn star.
Yeah.
My dude was so obsessed with her, he couldn't believe that we was in this fucking porn star and she was just sitting here. So listen, I give him my phone and go on Instagram Live. I had just got my fucking blue check, bro. I'm literally like 13,000 followers in, just got my blue check, thinking I'm the shit. And this is back when it was a big deal, you know?
Yeah.
So he's fucking, I'm like, "Hey, you go live, but you don't be getting sex on it, okay? You just get a little, get them interested." He's like, "All right." I give him the phone, that motherfucker's like this. He's just stuck into the fucking, yeah. He's got the whole sex scene on my Instagram Live. He literally said, "Hey, I'm over here filming it. She in there back getting fucked." I'm like, she's the camera, and I'm like breaking out chicks with my drumstick while she's sucking this dude's cock. And finally he's like, bro, there's 11,000 people watching. I'm like, what?
No.
Bro, by the time I walk over to him, there's 22,000 people watching.
He's just like froze.
And he's just froze. Dick going in and out, just fucking all over my live. Like, dude, it ended up going to 37.9 thousand before I cut it off. Because I was like, they're about to delete my shit. I would never forget, the giraffes were having a baby online at that time. And it was a constant live feed. My shit had more people than that fucking shit constantly. Dude, I gained like 7,000 followers in about, fucking no joke, 2 minutes of that shit. And it was so funny because my followers just keep dropping because it was all like Arabian dudes talking about like, show more puss. Yeah. Show, pop, bust pussy open. Where's Kelsey? I'm like, fuck y'all motherfuckers. Yeah, dude. So then I end up linking up with them. So then they pay me to go like interview people at the AVN Awards and shit. So that's kind of like the influence all that came from.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
But again, did you? Well, obviously you saw a whole nother side of like success, or like you saw like stepping up a couple of rungs.
I wouldn't even call it success. I look at it in my life as debauchery. Like,
yeah, but I mean, like,
like, yeah, no, it is. It's funny because I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not bragging or anything. Like, but I'm like, I fucked multiple porn stars at this point in my life. Like, I was
During this time?
I was taking porn stars to the Derby, and people are like, I fucking jack off to her every day, like freaking. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
kind of just fell into that on that. It wasn't even nothing that you
yeah,
did.
I was just making a lot of money, fucking trying to be wild,
And you was just-
hanging out at porn awards,
Got
and
you in another
yeah, I'm like,
tier of like.
did you ever see what Rory Round did?
Uh-uh.
All right, so this is fucking probably the wildest. So I could write a book when I'm done. People, that's what I'm saying. So we go to Kentucky Derby. I bring Rory Round, another huge porn star, fucking a very big porn star. We're sitting there and I'm pissing in a like, dude. Anybody tell you I'm fucking from Kentucky, so if I got pissed, I fucking piss. I don't give a fuck who's around.
Right.
So the lines were fucking insane. It was a Kentucky Derby, thousands of people around us. I fucking pull a cup out. I'm just sitting there pissing, just looking people in the eyes, like, ha, they cannot even know I'm pissing.
Yeah.
So she sees me pissing. She's like, "Did you just piss in the cup?"
Oh no.
And I said,
Oh, no.
"Yeah, why?" She said, "Give it to me."
Oh
and I'm
no.
like,
I knew that's where that was going.
I give it to her. She's like, "I love piss."
Oh my
Bro,
god.
my
dude.
homie from England, he just flew in. He's in the background, coked out. I got a video of it. He's like starts throwing up. And so look,
God.
and then I'm like, hold on. We didn't get it on camera. You got to do it again. So I'm pissing a cup on the second time.
You had to wait and piss again.
Yeah, and she drank a second cup of piss. Yeah. And then listen, she
At
puts
the
it on.
Kentucky Derby?
Yes, and she puts it on fucking the internet, and it's like all over fucking. It's all over like the. She put it on Twitter, so like Bang Bros are starting to share it and everything, and I'm like, how the fuck is this my life? Like,
You were just trying to piss.
yeah, bro, I swear to God, in my life, it was fucking insane, and that's why I said I'm like, and people would always ask me, like, bro, how the fuck did this happen? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. It's just shit like this happens to me. And then people, it was funny. We were walking out, and she's like, people are just so judgmental because people are like looking at her like, what the fuck? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, bitch, you just drank piss.
Yeah, like,
what is wrong with
come
you?
on now, like-
But then I'm like, don't worry, they're just judgmental people.
Well, of course.
And then I'll never forget, like I said, my English homie came in town. So we're all at my house the next day, and he got things like an English accent. And she's like complaining. She's like, my tummy hurts. Or my belly hurts. She said, because you got 2 cups of Dusty's piss twizzling around in your stomach, your tummy.
No wonder her stomach hurts, man.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck is wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
That's why I'm really good to my daughter. I'm like, God, if I ever catch her drinking piss at the Kentucky Derby,
Yeah, I mean,
she's
that's
definitely
just-
disowned.